What's going on, guys? You're on with Ron in another episode of The Travel Nerds. What's going on, guys? You're on with Ron here, and we're going to be taking you through a small overview of the new ride up at Cedar Point, Snake River Expedition. Now, before we get into the video, I do want to stress, we are not going to try and do spoilers here. So we are not going to let you hear what they say on the ride. We limited what we're showing on the ride just to give you a brief context of the ride without actually showing you the ride. This is the type of ride you want to experience yourself. There's some interactive stuff. There's some acting parts of it, and we don't want to give that away. So we are not doing spoilers on this one. We are just going to give you a general overview sense, kind of show you some different things without actually giving the whole ride away. Snake River Expedition was back in Camp Snoopy. For those of you that aren't sure or are aware where the ride starts, you actually get to it from Camp Snoopy. It's actually where the old paddle wheel boats used to board, right at that building at the entrance of Camp Snoopy there. So you can find it right there. Really decorated nicely on the outside. Cedar Point really went all out on the theming on this. I was very impressed with the level of detail and theming they went into, not only the outside, but the inside, the line queue, the interactive stuff, all of it. They really did a nice job with this. You're going to find it right there at Camp Snoopy. All the decorated on the outside, you'll see the big logo, Snake River Expedition, and then you go through two buildings for your line queue. So you're going to go through this first building here and go through several different, swirl around the lines, and there's different things along the way to look at, and really decorated nice. And then they're actually going to send you into a second building. You don't see it at first. You think, oh, cool, we're almost to the front. And then they actually divert you into another room where there's a whole nother set of queues. So that was a bit of a letdown for us. We didn't realize at first. We're like, cool, we're almost there. And then there's a whole nother building. Then when you get through that building, you actually come back to the first building for like 2 rows, slide around, and then you're to the front where the ride is. So the line queue was nice. We clocked it. It took us about an hour to get from the very start of the queue where the building hits to get through both buildings and get up to the ride. Took us about an hour. So kind of keep that in mind as you're gauging wait times. There wasn't a sign that said, wait time is this from this point, but we kind of gauged it ourselves. And when we were asking different Cedar Point employees, they said the same thing. It took about an hour from the start of the building. So keep that in mind when you're gauging your wait. As I said, the attention to detail was really nice. You see here in the line queue, they had different things to look at and just really decorated it up and really kept that expedition theming alive. You saw a lot of fishing gear and a lot of fish and just different things around exploring on the waters and being that expedition style. So that was really cool to see. All of the employees are dressed up in costume. They really kept to the theme there, even as the employees. So that was really cool to see too. They definitely do a little bit different on this ride than most. So when you get up to the front there, they're going to assign you a number, and then you walk out onto the platform, and there are numbered squares here on the bottom, and that's where you're going to go. That's to count how many people are going to be on each boat to keep a tally ahead. So once you get through the line queue, you're actually going to wait on these numbers for a few minutes here, and then they're going to bring you over to do the pre-intro show. There's a pre-intro, and then a pre-intro for the show before you get through to the actual boat ride itself. I know I keep stressing on it, but the theming was really done well. Even when you get on the physical boat, all of the employees were very well done. They acted their parts correctly. They kept to the theme of the expedition, and they kind of walk you through what you're going through. So the premise of the ride is you're working for a smuggling crew, and you're going to be smuggling through Snake River Expedition is kind of the theming to it. So like I said, I don't want to go into specifics of what you're doing or what the thoughts are, but that's the general sense. So the pre-show is explaining to you what you're smuggling, how you're smuggling it, what to look out for, things like that to get it to be interactive. This reminded me a lot, for those of you that are Disney fans as well, of the Great Movie Ride in Florida. It's a walkthrough ride. It's nothing scary. It's nothing dangerous. Anybody could ride this, but it also is interactive by the employees. It kind of plays into the theming of the ride, and you don't know what's going to quite happen, but you do know there's some interaction. So it reminded me a lot of the Great Movie Ride, but it was a really fun time to do. Now, once you get on the physical boats, you can sit anywhere. The numbers don't actually have a meaning past counting heads at the beginning, so you can sit anywhere you want. They want 2 people to a bench, so kind of keep that in mind if you're riding with people. Try and sit together. But they fit you on the boat. There's a boat captain who's going to go over the safety rules, arms, legs inside the vehicle at all times, blah, 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 the safety stuff. And then there's an actual leader on the ride as well. So you'll see how there's 2 people on here. The one is kind of your main voyage explainer. He's the interactive one, the employee that's going to act out, do some stuff on the boat, really engage with you on the boat and make it a fun time. The one we had was absolutely awesome. He was very engaging, very upbeat, definitely liked his job and liked what he was doing. And we were very impressed by that. So that was really fun. We had a great boat, captain and interactive guy, so that was fun. But once you're on the boat, then you just paddle wheel along, just like the old paddle wheel boats at Cedar Point. So if you ever rode the old ones, you're going to kind of go that same route along the river right through there. They really did it up nice, decorated it. They took out those skeletons and put in nice new decorations to theme along with the ride, and they're interactive parts too. So as you go through the different scenes, there's some different interactions you're going to go with. You'll stop at a few of them and kind of see some different things happen. So it was a really cute ride. Really got you interactive, and they really went out on the design even on the ride itself. I will say the ride wasn't very long. It took maybe 5-6 minutes to get through, so it's not a super long ride. It's nothing that's going to take you, you wait an hour for it, but it's not going to take you a half hour to get through it because it's an interactive. It still was only about 5-6 minutes. Might have been a touch longer, but it didn't feel like that. It's a fun ride. We definitely recommend to try it. It's a family ride. Anybody can ride it. There were no hills. There were no sharp turns, no drops or anything like that. No rough waters or, hitting waves or anything like that. It was basically a paddle wheel boat ride. Some interaction stuff, some things around it that were fun. Like I said, there was some great decoration to do. So anybody in the family could do it. You could take grandma. You could take the little one. It would definitely be fun. Definitely interactive, but not a thrill ride by any stretch. Overall, we liked it. We recommend it. Definitely try it. Check it out for yourself. See what you think about it. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing dangerous, but it was fun. It's nice to have something new up at Cedar Point. They really went all out on the theming with this. I will say they didn't half try and put something cobbled together and then kind of just said, okay, good enough. They did their due diligence. They did their efforts. They did put it together right. So we definitely recommend go try it. We just wanted to kind of put this out there so people who weren't sure, and with Cedar Point, they love the thrill. So sometimes it gets a little nervous, but no, this is something you could take the whole family on. You could put grandma on it. You could put the little one on it, and they would definitely still enjoy it. It's interactive, but you never leave your seat. You don't hit any high hills or anything like that. So all ages really could ride it. Keep in mind too, line queue, 2 buildings, not 1. So when you're looking at that engagement thinking, oh, it's right there at the front. No, there is a second building back there, so keep a look at for that. It's about an hour-long wait from the front as well, so keep that in the mind when you're going to ride it yourself. And you can catch it right in the front. It's right across from Beat BBQ, right at the entrance to Camp Snoopy there on that corner. So let us know in the comments below if you've already ridden it, what you thought. If you haven't ridden it yet, go ride it and then come back and comment and let us know what you thought. And definitely give us your thoughts overall on that. Plus, let us know about Cedar Point in general. This is kind of a new territory for us. We're going and doing all these new Cedar Point videos, kind of an expansion for the channel here. So if there's something you want us to do, something you want us to research, or you want to see a video on, comment below, let us know. We'd love to take the comments and get you the content that you guys want to see. So if you have an idea or suggestion, we definitely would appreciate it below. Also, don't forget, check us out on our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok. We've got them all. Definitely like, follow, subscribe, share. We appreciate any support you guys could do for us. And of course, please make sure to hit subscribe here on the YouTube channel so that way you keep getting all of our current content. Well, this has been another episode of The Travel Nerds. Make sure to like, share, and follow on the channel. We really appreciate your support. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you next time.